Hi guys, it's PanelHopper here again, and this evening we're going to talk about one of the few Doctor Who episodes that, classic Doctor Who episodes, I think doesn't get talked about often enough for the right reasons, and that is Earthshock. Now, of course, there are many reasons to talk about Earthshock, and a lot of people have. It is famous for being the first appearance of the Cybermen in the 80s. It is famous for the exit, shall we say exit, of certain companions that not very many people like. Um, it is a very 80s story in its look, and it's a little disjointed in its storytelling, but the reason I want to talk about it is first and foremost the three companions, four-man TARDIS crew problem, which hopefully is not a problem we'll have to encounter again, but it is something that lingers on the horizon with three companions appearing in season 11. So, for series 11, we're getting three companions, and a lot of people have been very, should we say, disconcerted by this concept, because I think most people with common sense can see that having three companions means less time with all the four main characters, the Doctor included, and I think establishing who the Doctor is, especially when they've just regenerated, is tantamount. So there's a lot of reasons for people to be worried. So what can we learn from something like Earthshock? Unfortunately, what we learn from something like Earthshock is not a very good lesson at all. If I remember correctly, actually I can't remember correctly, so let's just leave that. I was going to say that I think Earthshock was written because they were having a too many companions in the TARDIS problem, and they wanted the companion who exits. I won't give any spoilers in case you haven't seen it, but the companion who exits, I think they were deliberately written out to counteract this exact problem that they were having, and it clearly shows. The episode begins with the Doctor and Adric and Nyssa and Tegan landing in a excavation site on Earth in the 25th century and kind of having a bickering match. Like, Adric wants to go home to E-Space. Nyssa and Tegan are kind of supportive of that. The Doctor isn't supportive because it's difficult, and they literally bicker with each other. And then, as the episode progresses, even outside the plot, which doesn't always make sense, as the episode progresses, the problem you have is that because you can't have three companions following the Doctor around in a conga line to all these dangerous Cyberman shenanigans, someone always gets left on the TARDIS. So in the first two episodes, it's Adric who's left on the TARDIS, and I kid you not, he literally just makes catty remarks at the view screen while Nyssa and Tegan and the Doctor do the important stuff, and stands around saying he has no idea what's going on. And then, halfway through the story, when all the Cyberman stuff starts to heat up, it's Nyssa who gets left behind in the TARDIS, and she also spends a lot of the time contriving excuses why she can't leave, contriving excuses as to why she can't help, and saying things like, I don't know. And it just kind of, it makes the idea of three companions seem superfluous, which is the point of this video, because I don't know what Series 11 will be like unless we have either time to get to know the companions individually or rotating companions. So you have one in, one out, two in, one out, two out, one in. It's really, really hard to say. I apologise for sighing slightly, I'm a bit tired. But yeah, no, given the basis of Earthshock, it's very difficult to see how three companions can really work, especially given that that Earthshock, as I said before, if it wasn't explicitly written, spoilers now by the way, if it wasn't explicitly written to kill off Adric, then it clearly, if it wasn't explicitly written to kill off Adric for the purpose of making the TARDIS less crowded, it doesn't come off that way. It's not like you're not. Adric isn't given a long farewell and thought of kindly. He's very kind of irritating. I mean, I know he's irritating in general as a companion, but he's irritating doubly so in this episode. His goodbye is kind of heroic, but kind of not. So the whole thing just smacks of, we have too many companions in the TARDIS, this is too much, someone has to go, let's get rid of Matt Waterhouse. So yeah, it's not a very good, what's the word? Not a very good portent for the future of Series 11 if having 3 companions in the 80s led to episodes like Earthshock. As to the episode overall, it's okay, I like it. My Doctor Who collection, I don't think I've said before, my Doctor Who collection consists of episodes that I think are exemplar episodes from each Doctor's era, or in the case of New Who, the series of that particular Doctor that I enjoyed the most. But I can do that for another episode. Anyway, those are my thoughts on Earthshock. Let me know what you thought, and thanks a lot for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Okay, bye.